Steve Mamakas, and we're here with another edition of Let's Talk Business, and our guest today is Mayor Owen Henry.
How you doing, Steve? I almost called you Gene. I guess this is a first for you. You're interviewing the mayor?
Interviewing the mayor.
Okay, you better do a good job.
It's all good. So we have a couple of topics we're going to go after today. Let's talk about the mayor's first inaugural 5K.
It was a huge success, Gene. Gene, here I go again with Steve. It was a huge success. As you know, when we started putting this together, we were told by people who run these events, if you have 200 people, consider it a huge success. Well, you were there and you saw we had over 500 participants either walk or run in this race for a great cause. And it was such, I was ecstatic all day. I was walking 3 feet off the ground, just seeing all the people that came out to support the race, their enthusiasm. And just the whole atmosphere was tremendous. I mean, everybody was smiling, even after running the 3+ miles. They were still smiling, and everybody enjoyed the day. I can't thank our police department, our first responders, our first aid, our fire, everybody, OEM, CERT. Everybody came together that day on quick notice because it blew up within a matter of 2 weeks. From 200, where we would have to have a couple people there, to over 500, where we had to have all out security and traffic control, and just so many, so many factors multiplied by 10 when it jumped to that high. But everybody stepped up to the plate, and everybody, I think, Rosemary did a great job. Casey Lennings at the town, all our department heads came in and really picked up the ball and ran with it, no pun intended. Mm-hmm. But it was a great day, and it's all part of that 150th anniversary of Old Bridge. We're tying in a bunch of activities that we're going to be talking about, right? And this was the kickoff one, and I think it really, it was a great event. Looking forward to next year. We're already talking about it. Talked to people who ran the event, who run in the event, loved the course, loved the hill.
The hill, yeah.
They loved the hill on Higgins Road.
Yep.
It was unexpected to a lot of people. They didn't expect.
They said they even drove it, and then it was a totally different when they ran it.
It was amazing. We had, our winner completed it in just a little over 17 minutes, which is amazing.
Yeah.
The age groups that participated was from 7 years old, ran the race, all the way up to over 80. So it was it was just great. I can't wait till next year.
And the good thing was it was promoting the health and wellness.
Health is what it was all about, part of the mayor's health and wellness. There's nothing probably more in life that you can do than exercise, eat well. We had all our vendors there promoting healthy lifestyle. We had the gym, the MAX was a big contributor to it. And what they shown, they had over 100 participants, I think, from the MAX. So, and no one, I think, has made a better impression on the town and the life-changing attitudes that he'd installed in a lot of Old Bridge residents. And there they were out there Saturday morning, running and walking.
That was a beautiful day, too.
It was. So, yeah, the weather was great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take credit for it. But
so the good thing, too, is that the businesses also participated in that, which leads us to our next event going on in the town, which is the big spring fling shop, dine, and buy local. Mm-hmm. So one of the reasons why we put that out there, and as you know, is to engage our business community. Make sure that our residents know our business community is there. Shop Small Saturday is just a Saturday, but we figured, you know what, a whole week. And I don't know anywhere in the state that does a whole week for their entire town.
I'm sure all the businesses are looking at anticipation. Gives them a chance to engage the public and show them what their business is about and offer a discount and get the people in the stores. And that's what it's all about. We engage the runners and the walkers, and now we're going to let businesses engage those same people. And
the kickoff at the Old Bridge shops, the shops at Old Bridge, was, it's going to be a great event because of the fact is there's going to be a bunch of festivities going on. The bags will be given out there for the event. 200 bags stuffed with all the items from different businesses, the businesses across the community. And as I mentioned to you, I've been in almost every one of them and handed out the posters to let the residents know about our event. It's up. The campaign is large. The billboard up on 9. Yep. The banners out in front of the municipal building. The marquee has it all. And that kickoff event will provide them with everything that these businesses have the option to participate. It's in their advantage to participate.
I would agree. It's in their best interest to participate in it. It can't hurt your business
No.
to have more people come in.
And when we go in and bring the banners, they're very excited about what we're doing for them in the best way we can help them.
The whole business atmosphere has changed, Steve, since you come on, and you know that. They're very, I mean, everywhere I go, the business owners come up to me and thank me. You know, how much Old Bridge has changed for the better since, you know, I came in and I brought you on, and you had a job to do. You've done it, and we're going to keep doing it, and you've made a positive impact, you know, in the community, especially in the business community.
So we want to make sure that the residents get out there, show their support to our local businesses. One thing that we should understand is, and I've said it before, is that the challenge for business today is tomorrow. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. These small entrepreneurs, I mean, we could have a power outage in the restaurants, all their food is gone. Bad weather can affect different businesses. And then summertime comes and people go away on vacation. So it's there every day. You knowing as a business owner, it's, you know, what do I do to keep that business flowing? And our job here is to try to get as many people in the stores as we can.
It's a tough job to own a small business, Steve, and our goal is to make that job just a little easier if we can.
Yeah, no, I got it. And hopefully it's going to be a great event. I think it is.
No, there's no doubt in my mind it will be.
So we have other events coming up throughout the season to celebrate the 150. We have the concerts in the park, if you wanted to talk a little bit about those. They're basically all going to be focused now at Geik Park.
At Geik Park, yes. Yeah, as we did last year, we had concerts in the park. We said we were going to come back and do it again. My goal this year is to get more people involved. Some of the crowds were a little bit light last year. Our last concert at Cheesequake State Park, well, I guess you would say was a standing room only event.
Yeah, that one was pretty
big. And we
big.
want to keep that going. I don't have the list of our performers just yet, but I know there's going to be some good ones.
Good ones. We're trying to get more local ones, I think.
More
they were looking
local,
focused
more
on.
diverse in the music. Again, Rosemary is going to be in charge of booking the talent for those events. So there's going to be a little something for everybody. And so I encourage all the residents to come out to Geik Park. It's beautiful. Bring your chair and enjoy talent. Enjoy the talent. And they're all free. They're all free, Steve. So
now we'll just circle back to the businesses again. Where on June 26th at the Grand Marquis, we're going to be having our second Bridge to Business Expo.
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks for the warning. The real Batmobile will be returning again.
Okay.
So everybody will be able to come out and take pictures. The superhero fans will be there to see it. It's an amazing thing to see. But ultimately, the expo is just a great platform for all of the businesses in town and our not-for-profits to come out and really connect to the community.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for,
Yeah.
Steve. I mean, last year's was a huge success, maybe an over success.
Yes.
We had people who couldn't get to the event. So I know we're working on that. And again, with more businesses coming to town, there's going to be more demand for space in the Grand Marquis, for tables, for people to show, the residents of Old Bridge what they have to offer. And if anything is based, what happened last year with the success of that event, I mean, this year's event, I think is going to be off the charts.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's talking about it already, the
I know.
Business Expo.
Yeah. And then the campaign is going to start launching fairly soon.
Yeah, so again, another event that I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was big, very big.
Sounds like Ed Sullivan.
And the diversity between the businesses that were in there, from the large like Bubba's, all the way down to our local pizzerias and small entrepreneurs, and our banks were there.
All our nonprofit organizations
the
were
nonprofits. We invited the other towns' Chamber of Commerce to be part of it because we're all connected, by roadways.
Religious facilities, organizations were there.
Yes,
That's great.
definitely. So that's coming up June 26th at the Grand Marquis, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So make plans to get the family out to come and connect with the businesses, see the Batmobile, and everything else in between there. So
Looking forward to it.
that's going to be a good one. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in town. Hotel is still it's coming along. I saw stucco on it today.
Yeah, I get a lot of emails and calls, Steve. When's it opening? I guess people are anticipating, having to stay over. So, I know they're working on it. They're shooting for late summer, early spring, early fall.
Yep.
They're getting close. It's going to be a game changer here in our town. That hotel is going to support a number of businesses in our town, especially our catering halls. And they're going to team up with them and allow them to offer, stay-over services here in Old Bridge at events, which is way overdue and well needed. And we're hoping this hotel attracts other hotels to come to town. So hopefully it's a snowball that's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger.
And then once they're operational, my function is to get out there, connect them with the restaurants. So the people that stay at the hotel have our restaurants to go to. So keep it within Old Bridge. And we all know it's going to be a Hamptons Inn, which is going to be, it's a high end.
It's nice.
It's nice. The other thing is, with the hotel coming, it attracts and it allows us to stay in line with our strategic plan, where the strategic plan for the economic development world, and we talk about it often, is to make the town a destination location, number one. Working with the county and identifying, not that we live in a vacuum, identifying, what do you think Old Bridge needs? And we look internally, say, what do we think Old Bridge needs to attract people and to keep the economic development moving and growing in substantial ways. So the strategic plan covers destination location. We have warehousing going on now, which is another focus on the area behind the Lowe's. The next one is office. We have 2 office buildings that are projected to be built. One right on Marlboro and Texas Road, and Amboy Bank will be putting up another building of office space. So, and then the last, but not least, is restaurants. Is what the county had basically told us. Focusing on restaurants, which we were already talking about. And we're going to be getting some pretty cool restaurants coming to town now, especially on 516. We have Forno being built just before Route 18. Feast Italiano. We're letting the cat out of the bag here because everybody wants to know what's going on at the Old Bridge shops. Feast Italiano, and right next door we're getting a Brazilian steakhouse. So we want to thank also those business owners for investing in our town. As we go out and promote our town, they're seeing the viability of Old Bridge.
And we had talked about that a couple of years ago. We looked at, identified, what does our town need? What are we lacking in compared to the rest of Middlesex County? And we provided the businesses. And one of the areas we were lacking in was restaurants. We needed more restaurants for Old Bridge. And the hotel, as you said, destination. I can't think of a better place for someone who wants to have a multi-purpose vacation. You could stay there, you're on Route 18, you're on the beach in 20 minutes, Jersey Shore, straight down 18. You're at Great Adventure within 20 minutes, and you're 40 minutes from New York City. And you're out of all the chaos that, if you have to deal with down the shore, down at Great Adventure, there's really no places to stay down there. You have to come up, pretty far from South Jersey. So, that's going to be a perfect location. You're right at the crossroads, no pun intended again.
And hitting it right on the target. Old Bridge is the perfect
we're a destination
location.
place for people to come and want to have a multi-faceted vacation. You can go inland, you can go to the shore, you can go to the city, and you can go to, South Jersey, right there.
Excellent. All right, we'll be right back with Mayor Owen Henry, and we'll be talking some more business.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Welcome back. We are here still with Mayor Owen Henry. We're going to talk about some of the economic development and other stuff that's happening in the town. One big thing that's happening in the town, Mayor, is the hospital, the expansion of the hospital, focusing in and meeting with them on a regular basis. And they've identified that this facility needs to be expanded, giving our location centrally in the state. And what are your feelings on
Yeah, well,
that?
you know, Hackensack Meridian has put their money where their mouth is. They've invested, you know, close to $90 million already in that one building that is fully occupied now, I believe, close to full occupancy. And now they're investing another, I think, $30 million into the whole first floor of the existing hospital is going to be turned into an emergency room, you know, slash, you know, trauma type center that you're going to be able to be in front of the best doctors, the best equipment is going to be right there should you have an emergency. So that's big for the town, Steve. Not only does it provide those services for people who live in Old Bridge, but just to our south, just to our west, you know, all have access now to state-of-the-art healthcare with Hackensack Meridian, and I believe, what's that other organization that just signed up with them, the clinic?
Carrier Clinic?
Carrier
Carrier
Clinic now.
Clinic,
That's
yes.
going to be a common name here in Old Bridge, and we know how important it is to make sure all the people that have, you know, some type of mental needs, they're going to be able to get addressed right here.
I believe inside the emergency room they're going to have a
Yes,
specific
the
area
emergency.
for that. And as well, with the emergency room comes that large section in there that they're going to build out. I've been attending meetings of the way that they're changing healthcare and changing the emergency room experience with specific rooms. They're catering more to the family when they're in that emergency room and understanding.
Right, as
that
opposed to just closing the curtain.
it's just closing the curtain.
Yeah, these are all going to be individual rooms. Very impressive, the drawings. And they showed the drawings, I think, at the expo
I
last year.
believe,
So they're going
and
to
I
show
believe they were in front of the council, I
Yeah,
think,
they
the
showed the
planning board,
drawings.
showing some of that, the makeup and build out, but more of a better, what's the word? Better treatment of even the families that are there that are going through that rough time.
Unfortunately, I had to be at that emergency room a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and I can tell you it was a good experience. But then again, it is definitely outdated. It's crowded. It's small. So this improvement in the hospital is going to be tremendous. And again, you're creating jobs, local economy. Those people come. They're going to buy their gas. They're going to buy their coffee. They're going to shop.
Yeah.
And again, with additional housing opportunities behind the hospital that are going to be coming online within the next year or so, it's going to give the ability for people to live and they can walk right to work. And I think that's who they're attracting.
Yeah,
They're trying to
that's
attract the nurse, the
part of it.
technician, a doctor who wants to ride his bike, right to work. So that's going to be it's going to be great. That whole area is coming around in a good way, I think.
And we've established a good relationship with them from your office and from my office as well, working with them with the Business Alliance, where we have our alliance meetings there, which then rolled into, which we had a show on, which our restaurants went, they opened up the Jocelyn Diabetes Center.
Healthy eating, Mayor's Wellness, right?
Right,
Cooking.
talking about healthy eating. Our restaurant owners went out there, and the tie-in was here, our restaurants here can basically cook healthy and teach you how to cook healthy.
And it's needed here in Old Bridge, in every town. People, diabetes is, it's the unknown. People don't even know you have it.
No,
and yet it's a lifelong life adjustment. You have to learn how to eat healthy, in order so it doesn't, it has a negative impact on your life more than a diabetic normally would have.
So touching upon the Alliance, the
Business
Alliance has
Alliance.
grown. I from my last count of members, we're just pushing over about 600. All right, and that's a
unbelievable.
culmination of many of the local businesses, a majority of them, but then businesses from other counties and towns and other members and officials from the community seeing what we're doing, attending our meetings to see what we're doing here. Other towns, following our lead as to all the different programs we're running, and plus working through the alliance, having the meetings at the individual locations throughout the town exposes our businesses and exposes the people to our businesses.
The networking opportunity is tremendous with all, and it's had a tremendous impact on our community by bringing all our businesses together. And I don't think there's any more evidence than this year's budget, municipal budget. The increase in ratables, the amount of money that has come into this town because of businesses is allowed us to go with a zero municipal tax increase. And continue to improve services. We've added, a police officer, an engineer, someone in public works. All these, first contact departments with the public are now being, subsidized by businesses, and that's what it's all about.
Does help in living
It
in
helps a
town.
lot.
It helps me when there's no tax increase. I mean,
Every resident, municipal tax increase.
so I work harder to make sure that we can stay on that level playing.
And we got to
playing
keep it
field.
going, keep that ball rolling. With businesses coming to town, they love it. Anyone who's involved with the Municipal Alliance can't stop talking about it. What an opportunity it's given them to showcase their businesses
Yeah, our
to other
business
businesses, and the little voids that they have. There's somebody in that room that can probably fill it for them.
And basically, when any of them have any questions or comments, concerns, they have somebody to talk to.
Don't invent the wheel, as they say.
Don't invent the wheel. It gives them the sense of, again, I say community is there's unity in community, and a lot of our restaurants owners know each other now. It's not
They
maybe
don't
they're in
compete, they complement.
They compliment. They'll call each other up. Do you have this product? Can you help me here? Or what did you do to spur some business?
And it's important that the town play a key role, a leadership role in that alliance, to help them through the process, as
Yeah.
we like to say here
Yeah,
in
through
Old
the
Bridge, which is
process.
it's good. You have to have a process. You can't just do whatever you want, where you want it, and when you want.
Yeah.
I mean, this keeps everything coming to town top quality, top notch, and in the best interest of the residents of Old Bridge.
And that helps with the optics, we do know out there, they say, oh, it's a tough town to go build in, but you know what? The tide has and is turning because of the fact is that the businesses know they have a communication line into our office to say, and look, they know when something's going wrong from their part, and they know when something needs to be addressed.
Sure.
So, and we have the initial meetings with them, where the code enforcement, Pat, comes in, sits down with them. We talk through the process so they know their process, and they're not blindsided. So as they move along, we all move along, and we get them open. So,
Works well.
and that leads into, on my board, I have a bunch of grand openings coming,
Yes.
Mayor. So we got to sharpen the scissors because
they're
across
getting
the
dull.
town,
They're
they're
getting
getting
a lot
dull.
of ribbons.
Yeah, we're pushing. I would say 180 to be conservative, because there are a lot of businesses that open up, and
That
I've said
didn't-
this at the
right.
meeting, that number one, we don't know about. Maybe there's a doctor's office or something like that. Some of them don't even want grand openings. They just forego it. I just want to run my business. And we have a lot of different avenues and things for them to do. We have the All Around Old Bridge newspaper, which makes it affordable for them to advertise. It's
billboard,
hyper local,
yeah.
gives it directly to them, directly to the community. Our Think Old Bridge Property Tax Card, starting to really get some legs now. And we're, during the spring fling, hopefully they're out there using it, because it's a key component of lowering their taxes. And the other part, when we had Carmine in, the gentleman who runs that program, third party, is that if you live in this town and don't own a house, if you go shopping, you'll get a check
get a
back.
check back, correct.
So it's good. We're the only town in Middlesex County that has it. So that's another good thing we have in our town here. What other topics did you want to talk about, Mayor? You want to cover some?
Just the whole environment, Steve, I think in Old Bridge is really taking a positive step. And our nonprofit organizations, which are being supported by these new businesses that come into town, they're happy. Our new business owners are staying involved. It's not like they're falling off the radar. A large percentage of them have become successful. And we are, everything's heading in the right direction when it comes to economic development. And we're not, we're not done. We're going to keep
No,
going.
we're
Our
not
feet
done.
never go up on a desk. I don't think a day goes by where we don't talk about a potential new business coming to town, where we're going to put them, where we think it would work. And I think they appreciate that. They don't want to go down a road where there's a dead end.
Right.
They don't want to go down any paths that insurmountable.
And it encompasses the whole town. If somebody comes into my office and looking for business, it goes from Lawrence Harbor all the way down to South Old Bridge, across to the Old Bridge shops, where they feel the best fit, or I can guide them to see what they think is the best fit for them. So the entire town is covered when somebody walks in.
And it's a big town. That's what
it's a
people
big
have.
town.
It's a big town.
Whether it's a large, well-known corporation or a small entrepreneur. So we try to cover it all. I mean, from Aldi's, which we have now,
Yeah.
over in the Kohl's Shopping Center, over shops getting built out a little bit more for some well-known type of restaurants. Other businesses from Freehold opening of restaurants here. It's a culmination through the marketing and branding, like we say in our strategic plan, to really let them know that Old Bridge is here, and I think they know it now.
And a lot of people have seen the difference with I think the Gateway Shopping Center now is almost fully.
It's pretty
done.
much
I
full,
think
yeah.
it's full.
And if you go down 516, almost all of the shopping centers are full.
Yeah, we have a couple empties.
We have a couple empties. Just a challenge. So
Yeah.
to address the Browntown Shopping Center, the old drug fair space, we have people interested, like a wine and spirits, but there are no liquor licenses
There's no
in
licenses
the
in
town.
the
So
town.
that hinders us from filling that big space.
No new licenses.
No loon licenses.
They'd have to
correct.
purchase a license.
So in wrapping up, Mayor, what do you think is the best thing we should get out to the residents for all our events, for the upcoming fairs that are happening in town? We have Old Bridge Day, Saltwater Day. Just give them a...
Well, I think everybody in town, all our residents, need to embrace the 150th anniversary. They can all say, we were here
Yeah.
in the 150th year, and that it was memorable. I think everybody's going to remember the 5K. Hopefully everybody, all the businesses will remember the Spring Fling. And I want all our businesses to participate, get on board, as we like to say, and make sure all our residents, the best thing you could do for your town is to patronize your local businesses. That is the best thing you can do, because a lot of that money that you spend in that store comes right back to the community, and you know how generous our small business owners are. I can't thank them enough, and when I do see them in public, I say thank you. I really go out and say thank you so much. I know what you do, and I know there's somebody probably knocking on your door every day looking for money.
Yeah.
So I know what you face. So they need to make tough decisions as a business owner and who to support, and because you can't support everybody.
We understand
Pick that cause that you think you find that you near and dear to your heart. My near and dear support is for special needs. I think those are the businesses or organizations that I just write a check to all the time. Certain other organizations, well, maybe not.
understand.
So I think that's what's important, that everybody cherish the time that they have right now, enjoy life, enjoy their family, enjoy Old Bridge. I think it's a great place to live, work, and raise a family, as I always say. So.
All right,
I don't
Mayor,
know.
no, you hit it right on the head there. And one key component with the restaurants or with businesses, if you spend money in there, they hire people.
Yeah.
People in the town. So I think you covered it all.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being with us
Thank
here
you
today.
for having me, Gene, Steve, Dean, whoever you are.
All
It's
right.
great to be here.
Again,
Great to be here.
thank you for watching. If you need to get in contact with us, it's Mayor's Office of Economic Development at obedo@oldbridge.com is the email. I want to thank you for watching.